What?
Excuse me, Drac.
Some people think Halloween movies should be terrifying. But honestly, a great family comedy is just perfect, especially with Adam Sandler as Dracula, overprotective father, and Selena Gomez as Dracula's precious daughter finding her true love.
Whoa, stop! Where are you going?
Oh, well, I'm going to paradise.
Paradise?
Yeah, you know. It's that place out there where you and Mom met.
Hotel Transylvania is the film that proves Halloween doesn't have to be scary. It can be spectacularly or spooktacularly silly. It's the world of the most famous monsters, played by amazing actors.
I wasn't scared. I was being polite.
Here comes the party!
So today we'll learn lots of interesting idioms, phrases, and slang expressions for your vocabulary building and practice them in a speaking exercise in the end of the lesson. It's going to be funny, interesting, and very productive. So stay with me until the very end and let's have fun together. The story begins in 1895, a year Dracula's daughter was born.
Peekaboo! No, I didn't mean to startle you, my little baby.
I didn't mean to startle you, baby. We understand from the context that he's saying, I didn't mean to scare you, I didn't mean to frighten you. So why is he using the word startle? There are many words in English that mean a sense of fear, and it's confusing sometimes for English learners. Even though they are synonyms, they have different tones in usage and meanings. Let's break them down. I arranged them roughly by intensity scale. Mild fear. In this category, you can use afraid and scared. Be afraid is the general standard word for feeling fear. Example: the child was afraid of the dark. Be scared is a casual synonym of afraid, often used in everyday speech. Example: I was scared when I heard the noise. You can also use it as a verb and say scare someone. Moderate fear. Be startled or to startle someone. The word we've just seen in the film. It means sudden shock or surprise accompanied by a quick reaction. Example: the sudden loud music startled the cat. Another word in this category is be spooked. It's informal and means usually be scared by something eerie or unexpected. Example: the horse got spooked by the rustling bushes. You can also say spooky, but this word describes a thing or a person, not the feeling. The last word is be frightened. It's more serious than scared, implies stronger emotional reaction. Example: he was frightened by the stranger's anger. Moving to strong fear. Terrified means extreme fear, overwhelming fear. Example: she was terrified of flying. Petrified means to be so scared you feel frozen, you can't move. Example: he stood petrified as the bear approached. Horrified. It's fear mixed with shock or disgust. Example: they were horrified by the gruesome scene. When Dracula is reading scary stories about humans, little Mavis hides under the bed, and her father says,
You don't need to be frightened. I promised your mommy I would protect you forever.
He uses the word frightened. It's not light fear and not too strong. Perfect for describing the situation like this. I hope now you have a clear picture of the usage and meanings of the fear words and can use them with confidence. You might have noticed Dracula has an accent. Adam Sandler is doing that deliberately because Dracula is believed to be from Romania, from a region called Transylvania. That's where the name of the hotel comes from. He names it after his homeland. And this is a real castle, believed to be Dracula's castle back in the days. If you wonder where all this comes from, it's a mix of history and fiction. The fictional Dracula was created by Bram Stoker in his 1897 novel Dracula. Stoker got his historical inspiration from Vlad III Dracula, who was a prince, and he was famous for being cruel. He applied tortures and brutal punishments. Dracula, the father in the film, is a caring and overprotective parent. He believes humans are the ones that cruel, not monsters, and they can harm his daughter, so he built the hotel where all monsters can feel safe, because it's very well hidden from the human's eyes. Every year the monsters gather in the hotel for celebrations, but this year is special. Dracula's daughter, Mavis, turns 118, a total grown-up.
Hey kids, reel it in! You're only supposed to make mom and dad miserable.
The first one to be introduced is the werewolf family. Reel it in, the father says. It's a phrase that has literal meaning, which is used in fishing. Example, he caught a big fish and reeled it in. And figurative meaning, which is used to say you have to tone it down, to calm down, restrain yourself, or stop going too far. So the father is trying to calm down his kids that create mess and chaos. You can use it talking about emotions. Example, you are getting too angry, reel it in. About behavior. Example, he kept bragging until his friend told him to reel it in. About imagination. Example, okay, reel it in, your story is getting way too wild. It's like saying, pull yourself back, control it, or don't overdo it.
I love this guy. He always bringing it full tilt.
The mom is happy to meet his old friends, especially Frankenstein. He says, you always bring it at full tilt. People sometimes say bring it to full tilt. At full tilt is the phrase that has been in use since medieval times, when knights were charging at full speed and the tilt was the barrier between them. The modern meaning of this expression is at top speed, with the maximum energy without holding back. Examples, the factory was running at full tilt to meet demand, meaning working at maximum capacity. She was dancing at full tilt all night, meaning with full energy. So bring it to full tilt is to push into the maximum, give it everything.
So what's up, Drac? The hotel is looking off the hook.
Off the hook is an idiom on its own and means free from blame or amazing in slang. But usually people don't say look off the hook. Instead, they say you are off the hook, meaning either free from responsibility or you look amazing in slang. You can say that's off the hook, meaning that thing is amazing. Nowadays, this slang meaning sounds old-fashioned. One of its replacements is the word fire. So you can say, this hotel is fire. And it would mean it looks wonderful, it looks stunning, awesome, incredible.
Dad, you said that when I turned 118, I could go out into the world like every other adult. But maybe wavy, it's not safe. Blah, blah, blah.
Mavis, the birthday girl, is practicing her speech. She wants to persuade her dad to let her go outside and see the human's world.
Honey, I know you're excited, but everyone has gone to great lengths to come see you on your birthday.
Trying to make her stay, Dracula says, everyone has got to great lengths to come and see you on your birthday. He uses the idiom go to great lengths. It doesn't mean literal length or distance. It means to do a lot, sometimes more than expected, to achieve something. So he's saying their guests made a big effort or sacrificed something to be there. Maybe they traveled far, spent money, rearranged schedules, or overcame difficulties, all because meeting her was important to them. This expression can be used in positive effort. Example, they went to great lengths to protect the environment. And negative effort. Example, he went to great lengths to hide the truth. To satisfy her curiosity, Dracula lets her go and see the closest village, which happens to be not a real one, but built to scare Mavis and prove humans are vicious and cruel. All that to protect her from a dangerous world.
Humans are awful.
Look at me! I'm getting goosebumps, I'm so scared.
Acting surprised and shocked, he says, "Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm so scared." Goosebumps are the tiny bumps that appear on your skin when you feel cold. Example, I was shivering and had goosebumps. Also, when you feel scared. Example, the horror movies gave me goosebumps. Or when you moved by strong emotions. Example, her singing gave me goosebumps.
Hello? A human! What is this place?
While one problem was solved, another appeared. First time ever the human has found the hotel and got in.
Oh! I can't breathe!
Yeah, definitely due for a fluff and fold.
It's funny. Dracula finds his dirty, smelly clothes, and the boy says, "It's definitely due for a fluff and fold." Fluff and fold is a laundry expression. Dryers are very popular in America, but they make clothes look wrinkled or stiff. So in fluff and fold, you're not just washing and folding, you're also giving the clothes a nice soft finish, like fluffing a pillow. The word due means it's time to make it down. It's expected to happen. Example, the meeting is now due at 3 p.m., meaning the meeting is expected to happen or scheduled to happen at 3 p.m. If you'd like to specify what something is scheduled for, add preposition for. The car is due for a service. Don't confuse due for and due to. Due to means because of, so it expresses the cause or reason. Example, the cancellation was due to illness, meaning the cancellation was because of the illness.
Check it out, I'm a Franken homie!
Just a monster with
Everybody
me.
stepped it up tonight!
Dracula has an idea. If he presents the boy as a monster, no one will be scared or run away. He dresses him up as Frankenstein, but the boy still thinks it's a costume party. So he says, "Everybody stepped it up tonight." Step it up is a slang idiom that means to perform better than usual, to show extra effort, to go beyond expectations and put in more energy. Examples. He stepped it up tonight with his cooking. It's the best meal he's ever made. The comedian stepped it up tonight. The crowd loved him. So it's a compliment, usually to say someone went above his normal standard.
How are you pulling this off? I mean, it looks so real.
What do you think you're doing?
How are you pulling this off? Pull something off is to manage to do something difficult. So he's asking how you managed to make it look so realistic. You can use this phrase describing someone's great work. Examples. He pulled off a great deal. It's an ambitious plan, so let's see if we can really pull it off. After realizing that it's not a costume party, Jonathan, the boy, is terrified and starts panicking. He bumps into Mavis, and that's where it gets interesting. Mavis and Jonathan liked each other from the first sight.
What exactly is this place?
It's a place I built for all those monsters hiding from the persecution of humankind.
Count Dracula explains his home is for the monsters who suffer from humans' persecution. It's an advanced world. When you have people, organizations, government groups that treat others badly, unfairly or cruelly because the others have different beliefs, race, sexual orientation or religion, it's called persecution. It's not a one-time act. It's usually long-term and organized and severe. It's shown by systemic oppression and punishments. Examples. Jews were persecuted during the Holocaust.
Hop on my back, we're leaving. Play along if you ever want to see your precious backpack.
To hide the truth about Jonathan from Mavis, Dracula says, play alone if you wanna have your stuff back. For English learners, the phrases play alone and play alone might sound the same, especially in fast speech, even though the pronunciation is slightly different. Play alone is to play by yourself without anyone present or around. Play alone means to cooperate, to pretend or agree to something. For example, your friend's joke was stupid, but you don't want to embarrass him, so you don't say anything and laugh even though it's not funny. It means you play on. Dracula still pursues the plan to get rid of the boy. Meantime, they stumble into the music performance rehearsal for Mavis's birthday. So Jonathan has to really play alone this time and pretend to be Frankenstein's cousin.
So what brings you here, John?
Ah! What was that?
Oh, sorry. What brings you here?
Oh.
What brings you here? It's a great expression to remember. It's easy to understand, and it's very popular and common in both casual and formal conversations. It means, why are you here? Or what's the reason you came? It's a polite, friendly way to ask about someone's purpose or motivation for being in a place. Mavis and Jonathan finally got some time to spend together, but Dracula managed to kick him out this time. But not successfully, because Mavis found him and brought back.
Follow me.
Oh, no, Mavis, I can't. I have to leave.
You sure? It'll be fun.
Okay.
She also told her father she liked Jonathan, which made Dracula tell Jonathan the real story why he believes humans are cruel. They killed his wife Martha and wanted to kill Dracula as well with the baby Mavis. But they escaped.
Can you tell me for certain that if we came out in the open, everyone would accept us? Everyone?
Realizing people would never accept vampires and would always want to kill them, Jonathan says,
You're right. I'll go for good this time.
I'll go for good this time. What does he mean? I'll go because I want to do good for you? No, not really. The phrase for good in this sense doesn't mean for a good reason. It means forever. It means permanently. So he's saying, I leave and never come back. Examples. He said goodbye for good. She moved to Spain for good.
I don't want to ruin her birthday party. You can sneak out after it's all done.
We see, despite believing humans are dangerous, Dracula doesn't want to hurt his daughter, so he lets Jonathan stay, but he has to sneak out after the party's over. The word sneak means to move quietly or secretly to avoid being seen or heard. Examples: sneak behind someone or sneak around. If you say sneak in or into, it means entering somewhere you shouldn't be seen. If you say sneak out, it means escaping or leaving without being noticed. That's what Dracula meant. But if you say sneak on, it totally changes the meaning. It's no longer about moving secretly, it's about snitching on someone. It means to secretly report someone's bad behavior to another person, often to get them in trouble. The party doesn't go as planned. Mavis kisses Jonathan. The secret is revealed. The boy has to leave as promised, and it broke Mavis's heart.
I have no more dreams. I'm just like you now.
Now Dracula has to rectify the situation and bring Jonathan back, because nothing is more important than his daughter's happiness. They drive to the city where it happens to be the Monsters Festival, so people think they are one of them.
It's all blocked. We'll never make it in time. All right, let's just run through it on foot.
English learners often confuse run through and run across. Both of them mean to go from one side of the place to the other. If you have to move inside of something, the area that has walls, like a tunnel, a corridor, or room, the area surrounded by objects or people, like a playground, forest, city, you go through it. If you have to move in an open area, you are moving on a surface, like a bridge, field, an empty street. You go across it. In the film, we see the road is full of people. It's not an open area. That's why he says we have to run through it. They were going by car, but now they have to go on foot. Please don't forget to use preposition by if it's a vehicle, by ship, by plane, by bike, and preposition on if you're walking. You go on foot.
You should have left an hour earlier, blah, blah, blah.
Imagine if that guy knew he was talking to the real Drac. He'd run for the hills.
Run for the hills is a common English idiom. It means flee quickly, escape, or get away from danger, trouble, or chaos. Sometimes used seriously, sometimes humorously or exaggerated. Examples: when the fire alarm went off, everyone ran for the hills. Here it's used literally about a serious matter in the meaning of escaping quickly. As soon as the boss mentioned unpaid overtime, the interns ran for the hills. Here it's used figuratively in the meaning of everyone vanished, disappeared. Usually the figurative meaning is used when people are avoiding a situation they don't like.
That sounds spot on. But the only way they know the real us is if we show the real us.
The expression run for the hills gave the mommy a great idea. If they scare people, they will run away and it will clear the road. That's why he says, it sounds spot on. The phrase spot on is a British origin idiom that's now common in North American English too. It means exactly right, perfectly accurate. It's like saying that's correct, but more emphatic. So what will Dracula do to make Jonathan come back? Hotel Transylvania is all about care, love, and things you do for your family and friends. I hope now you can watch it easily in English and understand all the conversations. To help you remember the expressions and use them in your speaking, we are gonna do a speaking exercise. Ready? The expressions for the practice are at full tilt, reel it in, step it up, pull it off, for good, run for the hills, go to great lengths. You'll be presented with a situation in which one of the expressions can be used to describe it. First, pause the video and choose the correct expression. Then make your own sentence and after check the example. Number 1. Your coworker quits her stressful job and says she's never coming back again. How do you describe that decision? She's leaving that company for good. She's had enough. Number 2. John is bragging loudly about how amazing he is at everything, and people start rolling their eyes. What could you tell him to calm him down a bit? Okay, reel it in. We all know you're great. No need to show off. Number 3. Jenna manages to make an impossible plan work, like throwing a perfect surprise party in one night. What do you say to praise her? I can't believe you pulled it off. Everything went perfectly. Number 4. You're watching a car race and one driver is going at an unbelievable speed. What could you say? He's going at full tilt. I didn't know he could go that fast. Number 5. A party starts getting out of control. People are fighting, police are coming, and you decide to escape fast. What expression fits? When the police showed up at the party, I ran for the hills. Number 6. Your team has been lazy during practice and the big game is tomorrow. What would you say to them to give their best effort? If we want to win this time, we really need to step it up. Number 7. You find out that your friend spent weeks planning a surprise trip for his parents, researching hotels, flights, and local tours all on his own. What could you say about his effort? He went to great lengths to make the trip perfect. I believe you did great and hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you want to continue, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you in the next English practice.
Go make your own paradise.